Hello, I'm FM and welcome to my channel. If you're brand new, thanks for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully by the end of this episode you will be a subscriber. Thank you very much. If you are a subscriber already, thanks for checking out one of my videos. Make sure you smash the like button and you hit the bell and you'll never miss anything to do, especially my new series with Manchester Central. Yes, it's made a return. Don't forget to check it out. You should find everything somewhere on my channel. I'll love you long time if you do that. Right, you've seen the thumbnail. You probably know what this is about. It is an experiment. What if Scotland made it to Russia? Right, there's a database out there you can get on Steam which has got all the correct teams at the Russia World Cup. Now, it's impossible to get the right groups, you can't do that, but you can get the right teams at the tournament. So what I've done is, I've switched one team and put Scotland in, and we're going to live in a fantasy land where the Scots actually made it, and we're going to see how they do. Can they do well? Can they get further than England? Do you know what I mean? Now, you might not know, or you might know, but I've done a series recently with Ayr United. My family is Scottish as well, so I've kind of got this newfound love of Scottish football, so I'm hoping they do well. Now what I've done is, right, this is how I've done it, right. Scotland were in the same group as England. Scotland came joint second, but ended up third because of goal difference, I think. All the teams then went to some kind of playoff point system, and the team that finished above Scotland in our group didn't qualify. I think Ireland got the last spot. Ireland played Denmark in a playoff. Denmark beat Ireland, and Denmark went to the World Cup. So we're going to imagine Scotland got them points, got that place instead of Ireland. They played Denmark and beat Denmark. So I'm sorry if you're Danish, but I've took Denmark out of the World Cup and I've replaced them with Scotland. Now, I was also going to put Gordon Strachan back in charge because I thought if he'd have won it, if he'd have gotten to the World Cup, he'd probably kept his job. But I thought, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to give Alex McLeish a crack. Let's see how well he does, because he is the current Scotland manager. And what we're going to do is we're going to let him pick his own team, and we're just going to see how well they'd fare. Now, anything can happen in a simulation. Anything can happen. Are Scotland going to win the World Cup? Probably not. We'll have a look though at their squad, or the squad that Alex McLeish has picked. We'll have a look at what group they get drawn in, and then we'll go through each game. Hopefully, you're going to get involved in this as well for a bit of fun. Anyway, let's do this. So here we are. It's the eve of the World Cup. Scotland are in Group C. We'll have a look at that in a sec. And he's picked his 23-man squad. I can't honestly say I'd agree with it. I had a look at the players, and to be fair, there's a lot of good Scottish players. The squad I think I put together was really good. Now, they've got no one world class, no offence, but they've got some very good players. They've got some good young players who could become good, especially the left back from Celtic, Tierney, is it? I know he could become world class, but at the minute they haven't got a world class player, but they've got a good team. They've got a team that could easily get out of a World Cup group, in theory. We're going to look at who he's picked for his 23-man squad. I'd be interested to know if you'd agree with it, especially if you're Scottish, who you'd pick instead of who he's picked, Mr. McLeish. Now, Alex McLeish, he's not bad. I think his second stint now as Scotland manager. Some international managers on Football Manager are crap, so he's not that bad. It'd be good to see how he does in this little cheeky experiment. Scotland are 35th in the world, so that's not bad either. Do you know what I mean? I know there they are there. I know Republic of Ireland and Wales are above them, which, you know, I can imagine they're not happy with. England is 16th. And England, I've seen England win this World Cup. So if England can win the World Cup at 16th, there's no reason why Scotland down there at 35th can't get out of the group. Be interested. Will be interested. Right. Bonnie Scotland. Shall we see who he's picked? Right, we'll start off with the keepers, and he has to pick 3 keepers. First one is Craig Gordon, who I think's decent. Again, he's had a bit of a late resurgence. Stats are okay. Celtic keeper. David Marshall, again, another good keeper. Oh, that's the thing, I think they're lacking a really very good keeper. But he's picked this lad, Zander Clark, youngster. I've never heard of him, from St Johnstone, so I don't know if it's a good choice. When it comes to left-sided defenders, we've got 2 very good ones. Cooper's up here. I think he's a centre-half, and Liam Cooper, yeah. Can probably cover there. He's alright. 26, plays for Leeds. Not bad. And now this guy, Andrew Robertson, I've seen him 10 years into the future on this game. He's still bossing it for Liverpool. Very good player, only 24. Kieran Tierney, is that how you say it? Apologies if it's not. I've seen this kid become world class I've seen him play for Paris Saint-Germain, Man City, Man United. He always ends up at a massive European team. So they've got some cracking left backs. Move over to the right hand side. They've got Russell Martin, who ain't bad. He's pretty good. 32, plays for Norwich. And the other guy they've got is Callum Patterson, who I think looks freaking well good. 23-year-old, plays for Cardiff. I'd be playing him. Him and Tierney on the left. Brilliant. Right, in the centre, we've got Christophe Berra. Been around for a while. He's 33, plays for Hearts. He's okay. Charlie Mulgrew, who again, I've never heard of this guy. How good's he? 32 years old, plays for Blackburn. Looks brilliant. Grant Hanley, he's been around a while as well, 26. He's at Norwich. Did he used to play for Blackburn? I think. He's okay. And obviously Liam Cooper, we just looked at. So defence-wise, pretty solid. Now, if we go on to central midfielders, they've got obviously the old man Darren Fletcher, who I know very well because I'm a United fan. Barry Bannon. I remember talking of him being very, very good. He's okay. Callum McGregor from Celtic looks okay. James Morrison, I know who he is obviously, from West Brom. Again, he's an alright player. And then there's Stuart Armstrong, who 26, looks decent. Plays for Celtic. I'll be honest with you, I've never heard of him. If we have a look at what they've got on the wing, we've got Matt Ritchie. He's pretty decent. Snodgrass, good. A lot of these guys can cover on both wings as well. Matt Phillips, good. Not bad. And Ryan Fraser, who's good. It's like they've got a good team. They've just not got anyone that just can maybe like take them that extra step, but they've got a good team. If they could work as a unit, they could do well. Now, this is where the money's made, up front. Now, Stuart Armstrong, we've looked at as an attacking midfielder, and he's basically brought himself 3 strikers. Now, I'd have probably brought Jordan Rhodes, maybe. He's quite good, isn't he? And that Ryan Gould, or whatever his name is, what happened to that kid? He's like an attacking midfielder, isn't he? At Benfica, he's pretty good, isn't he? He's nowhere to be seen. But Jason Cummings is a good young striker from Rangers. But on here he's at Forest. I'm pretty sure he's at Rangers or in real life. Matt Smith. Got some good stats. I think he's a big lad. So he gives you like that Peter Crouch effect. Might come in handy, long ball style. And then this is probably their main man. This is where they're going to be looking at getting their goals, isn't it? Lee Griffiths, 27-year-old, hitting his peak. Scores loads in Scotland for Celtic. Yeah, hopefully he can score some in the World Cup. So like I said earlier, they have been drawn in Group C with Australia, France and Peru. Now, write France off. If they get anything against France, bloody well done. Well done, Scotland. They've got to be beating one of the other two. Maybe draw with Peru, beat the Aussies. That might be enough to get them out. We'll have to wait and see. Right then. This is the point where I want you to get involved. I want you to interact a bit and we'll have a bit of fun together. You've seen the squad now. You've seen every single player that Scotland have got. Especially if you're Scottish, what do you think your chances are? Now, I know it's only a fun, it's only simulation, it's only a computer game, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's about a bit of imagination. So let me know in the comments. Before we won't go any further, write down in the comments right now, are they going to get out of the group? Will they finish bottom of the group? And how far do you think they can go? Well, in game 1 they played France and they got absolutely destroyed. They played in pink though. I love that. Yeah, they got beat 4-0. 2 goals from Paul Pogba and 2 goals from Antoine Griezmann. Dominated in every part of the game. Yeah, did say write this one off though. But then, just like I said, maybe draw with Peru and hopefully beat the Aussies. Now they drew with Peru 1-1. Goals from Kieran Tierney, the star player. I probably keep saying that wrong. But when it comes to chances, they didn't have many, but they took their chance. Well done, Scotland. And my predictions were on form. Not only did they beat Australia, they battered them. Brilliant. More chances, more of the ball. Scored 3 goals. Lee Griffiths, Fraser and Morrison. Great performance. That young right back, Patterson, who I like the look of, I think is really good. Got man of the match. Had a great game. And it looks like no one's injured either. Well, they've still got a fully fit squad. But was all that enough? Was 4 points enough to get them out of the group? Yep, I'm well chuffed. Happy days. Scotland finished 2nd with 4 points. Level on points with Peru, right? How does it work in the World Cup? Maybe you can enlighten me, because they've got exactly the same goal difference. So is it results against other people? I don't get that. I don't get that. There must be some mathematical reason for it. Who cares? Scotland are in the second round. Trouble is, they're playing Argentina. Yeah, this might be the end. Because apparently, right now, Argentina are the second best team in the world. Lionel Messi, Aguero, Higuain, Dybala. That's just the 4 top players, are all top strikers. Mascherano. Yeah, it was fun, Scotland, while it lasted. Should we find out? Did you get it right? Oh ye of little fecking faith. No way did Scotland do it. I am so chuffed. Honestly, I don't see a Scotsman in me. I've got a little bit of Scotsman in me. My granddad was Scottish. But why do I feel proud? And it's only a computer game. They beat Argentina 3-2. Argentina, the second best team in the world. Lee Griffiths scored in the 3rd minute. Then Aguero scored in the 7th minute. Then Lee Griffiths scored in the 8th minute, straight away back to 2-1, right? And then Pavon scored. It's 2-2. Scotland's hearts were racing. And I mean, they were getting battered, dominating possession, dominating chances. And then Matt Phillips in the 1890, imagine that. Imagine the Tartan Army if they scored a freaking winning goal in the World Cup against Argentina in the 89th minute. The Tartan Army, one of the best, well known to be one of the best travelling away supports ever. Imagine all the ginger wigs flying in the air and the kilts. And I can't believe this episode's still going on. Well done, Scotland. So now they're in the quarter final, but they're coming up against Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal. This is surely the end of the road. Portuguese, mainly because of Cristiano Ronaldo, let's be fair, are the 6th best team in the world. Let's have a look at him. He's a bit of a beast, isn't he? I mean, yeah, can Scotland stop him? We're going to find out. I'm interested. Did you predict this? Did they get to a quarter final? I think this is a great showing. I really do think this is a good showing from the Scots. And what's even better is England aren't in it. England haven't made it this far. England didn't make it to the quarterfinals. It's Portugal, Spain, Germany, Mexico, Belgium, Colombia and France. So I mean, if the Scots can beat Portugal now, they can't do this. They can't win the World Cup. Surely. No offence, but I mean, come on. Right, I'm not being funny. This is kind of freaking me out a bit. Now, Portugal might have gone out to 10 men, but Scotland drew 1-1. Nani got a goal in the 49th minute, but Mulgrew had scored in the 43rd minute with a penalty. Went down to the very wire, and then Scotland won on penalties. Nani missed. All these boys scored, I'm assuming. They got battered. Are they really? Nah. Scotland in the semi-final. The real Scotland, and I've done nothing to this team. There's no youth rating upgrade, there's no player stat upgrade. This is just Alex McLeish and a Scotland team. On to the semi-final. I'll be honest with you, this might freaking happen. They might get to the final here. You've got Mexico now. Argentina and Portugal. Mexico should be a walk in the park, Scotland. Now they're 18th in the world and they haven't got anyone like that's amazing. They haven't got this standout star. The best player is Javier Hernandez, for God's sake, who's decent, don't get me wrong, but if they're going to do this, I'm getting quite excited. I'm very nervous. I'm not even Scottish. No. What a way to go out, 1-0. He's tried, he's made 3 changes. They had more chances, more of the ball. Scored a goal in the 23rd minute. But you know what? I'll be honest with you, I thought a second round would be good. Quarterfinals, an absolute push. To get to a semi-final, to even have a chance to become 3rd in the World Cup, it's pretty special. It's like what Wales did in the Euros, wasn't it? But this shows you there's nothing fancy on this. This is just Alex McLeish and some real Scottish players as a group, and I think they're a good team, and I think they've kind of proven it in this little experiment. That's all I can do. This Scotland team has been freaking immense. If you're not going to win the World Cup, you at least want to come 3rd. And they beat Spain 3-2. They beat the Portuguese, the Spanish and the Argentinians. When they got spanked 4-0 off France, I thought, yeah, this is going to be a very short little experiment, which might be pretty pointless. But do you know what? They fought through and they've freaking done well. They have done really well. Goals from Fletcher, Griffiths and Morrison. And they got battered again. There's a few games they've won where they've had less chances, less of the ball, but somehow they've done it. I mean, Barry bloody Bannon dominated the Spanish. I'm speechless. That's just bloody brilliant. Well, that's a bit random. Mexico beat Germany 1-0 in extra time in the World Cup final. So at least the team that knocked Scotland out actually went on and won it. That's pretty cool, that Mexico winning it. It'd have been cooler though if the Scots had won it. Let's have a quick look at the goal scorers. Did they get anyone close? We've got Lee Griffiths here. It's good 4 goals. He's like joint fourth goal scorer in the World Cup. Which ain't bad, is it? Get Falcao up there with 7 goals. Javier Hernandez, who I kind of slagged off before, he got 7 goals as well. But you know what? Pretty impressive. Let's have a look at average ratings quite quickly. Yeah, there's no one on there, to be fair. Quick look on the assist charts. And they got no one on there. But you know what? They were a team. A freaking good team as well. I love that. So there we go. That is the end of this cheeky little experiment. It's been a bit of a surprise. I will not lie. It has been a bit of a surprise, but a very pleasant surprise. Well done to Scotland. If you did enjoy this, make sure you smash the like button. Do me a favour. If you are brand new, feel free to subscribe. Go and check out my Let's Plays and my guides and my other experiments. Hopefully you'll enjoy them. Hopefully you'll stick around, and hopefully you'll hit the bell and you'll always be notified when I bring out something new. Right, I've been Booed. You've been bloody brilliant, and so has Scotland. I'll see you next time.